Have you ever found yourself dreaming of a different kind of work life?
Hmm.
Maybe it's about, starting your own business, being your own boss, or having that incredible freedom to work from anywhere in the world.
Yeah, that's the dream for a lot of people.
But then, almost immediately, that little voice in your head pipes up with the familiar, kind of disheartening question, where would I even get the money for that?
Right. How could I possibly afford to launch something new? It's a common roadblock.
Exactly. Today, we are going to silence that voice. Welcome to the deep dive.
The show where we take source material and really distill it into powerful, actionable insights for you.
And today, we're diving into a truly, I think, transformative book. It directly challenges the very notion of what it takes to launch a successful venture. It's Chris Guillebeau's The $100 Startup.
Yeah, and this isn't just another business book, is it?
No, it feels more like a manifesto almost for a new kind of entrepreneurship.
So our mission for you in this deep dive is really to fundamentally shift your perspective on how businesses get built.
Yeah.
We're going to explore how ordinary people, and we really mean ordinary, not tech moguls, not people with inherited millions.
Right.
How they've actually constructed thriving, fulfilling businesses with surprisingly minimal capital, like next to nothing sometimes.
Amazing.
So we'll unpack the core philosophy behind it, the practical sort of step-by-step approach, and we'll delve into those real-world stories.
The stories are key, I think.
They really are. They powerfully demonstrate how passion, your unique skills, and just sheer creativity can actually be far more valuable, more impactful than having a huge bankroll.
It's about empowerment, really.
Exactly. Empowering you to see the entrepreneurial path as accessible, not some exclusive club.
So throughout this deep dive, we'll be dissecting the book's main ideas, its foundational key concepts, and those incredibly inspiring case studies that really bring the theory to life.
Yeah, making it tangible.
And most importantly, we'll focus on what it truly means for you if you're looking to turn an exciting idea into, tangible income.
Without taking on massive, scary financial risk.
Exactly. We're talking about actual takeaways you can apply to your own aspirations.
The revolutionary premise, rethinking business beginnings.
Okay, so let's unpack this. This revolutionary premise that really anchors the $100 startup.
Right.
Because from the outset, it's clear this isn't some dry academic textbook, filled with dense economic theory.
No, definitely not. Published in 2012, it's a business and entrepreneurship book. Yeah, about 300 pages.
But the language, it's written in this remarkably simple, engaging, easy to understand way.
Which makes it immediately accessible.
And I think that's quite telling in itself, isn't it?
Or absolutely. What's truly fascinating here is how the very language level, that approachable tone of the book, it directly aligns with its core message. That business doesn't need to be overly complicated or filled with impenetrable jargon or, reserved for a select few. It immediately sets this welcoming tone that just says, hey, this is for everyone. Regardless of your prior business background or academic credentials, or even how much you think you know about commerce.
It breaks down a barrier right away.
Exactly. The fact that it's written so approachably, actively, dismantles one of the first, often subconscious mental barriers people face when they even think about starting a business.
That feeling of, oh, this is too complex for me.
Precisely. That deeply ingrained belief that you need some specialized degree or an MBA to even begin to understand it. The book just quietly, but really powerfully, tells you right from page 1, you don't need to be a corporate veteran or a finance whiz to build something meaningful and profitable.
That's empowering.
It really is. This deliberate accessibility empowers you, the reader, allowing you to absorb the information without feeling overwhelmed or intimidated or like you're missing some secret handshake. It's a genuine testament to the book's philosophy of simplifying the path, making it feel not just possible, but imminently achievable for the everyday person.
And right at the heart of this book, its central thesis. That's the big aha moment for so many people, isn't it?
It really is.
It's how ordinary people, and again, by ordinary, we mean literally, not Silicon Valley types, not people with inherited wealth, just people like us.
Yeah, regular folks.
How they've successfully built small businesses and generated pretty impressive online incomes. And here's the kicker, the part that just flips the script on conventional wisdom.
Yeah.
They often did it with less than $100 in actual startup costs.
It's staggering when you hear it like that.
It totally redefines what most of us have been taught. We hear about multi-million-dollar venture capital rounds, angel investors, massive seed funding.
Right. That's the dominant narrative.
But this book just unveils a completely different, much more attainable, and frankly, way more empowering reality.
And if we look at the broader implications of this, I mean, the book fundamentally challenges a deeply ingrained societal assumption that starting a business inherently requires significant upfront investment, that you need VC money or a big business loan.
Right, that capital is the first hurdle.
Exactly. But the book pivots the focus entirely. It emphasizes that these successful entrepreneurs, they didn't follow those traditional paths.
So what did they do?
Instead, they leveraged something inherently their own. Their passion, their unique skills, their creativity.
Ah, okay. Shifting from cash to personal assets.
Precisely. And this radical shift from demanding external capital to utilizing inherent personal assets, it's profoundly powerful. It's transformative.
How so?
Well, it drastically lowers the barrier to entry for countless individuals, people who might otherwise be shut out of the entrepreneurial world just because they think they don't have enough money.
So it makes it more accessible.
It actively democratizes entrepreneurship. It moves it out of this exclusive realm of the wealthy or the well-connected and puts it squarely into the hands of anyone with a compelling idea and the drive to execute it.
That makes sense.
Plus, this model inherently reduces financial risk. You're not betting your life savings or liquidating your retirement or going into crippling debt just to get started.
Less pressure, then.
Way less pressure. It actively encourages resourcefulness over relying on vast resources. It proves that ingenuity, persistence, and a keen understanding of value can often far outweigh a huge bankroll.
Resourcefulness over resources. I like that.
Think about the freedom that offers. When you start with what you already possess, you're immediately ahead. You're not burdened by loan repayments or investor demands. That gives you incredible agility to experiment, adapt, and build something truly authentic to you.
So it's not just making the dream tangible.
No, it's making it a genuinely accessible reality for a much wider, more diverse audience.
Okay, so understanding this approach, who exactly is this kind of thinking most beneficial for? The sources mention specific groups, right?
They do. The philosophy is particularly advantageous for people who are eager to start a business with very little upfront money. Makes sense.
And it specifically calls out groups like freelancers, creatives, side hustlers.
Yes, exactly. Individuals who are often already working independently or exploring avenues outside that traditional 9-to-5 box.
Why those groups in particular, though? What makes them such a good fit?
That's a crucial point. It's largely because their work inherently, directly, taps into their personal assets.
Okay, explain that.
Well, think about it. A freelance writer sells their ability to craft compelling narratives, right? Their skill.
Sure.
A graphic designer sells their visual artistry and technical skills. A side hustler might monetize a hobby or a unique talent or specialized knowledge they've picked up.
Things they already have.
Exactly. Critically, these roles don't typically require expensive physical infrastructure.
Yeah.
You don't need a factory or a big retail space or massive inventory usually.
Right, low overhead.
The book also highlights a broader demographic too. Digital nomads seeking location independence.
Yeah, that's huge now.
Students looking for flexible ways to earn. Young adults exploring online income streams, or really anyone looking for a meaningful escape from the traditional 9-to-5 grind.
It sounds like it's tapping into a desire for freedom.
Absolutely. For these individuals, the underlying desire for flexibility, personal control over their work, and the ability to align their professional efforts with their core personal values. That's paramount.
Which traditional jobs often don't offer.
Frequently, yeah. Traditional employment, with its rigid hours, fixed locations, often stifling corporate structures. It frequently falls short of meeting these deeper desires. This low-capital approach directly addresses those cravings for autonomy.
How so?
It offers a pathway where your income is directly tied to your personal output, your ingenuity, the unique value you provide, rather than being dictated by some corporate hierarchy.
You're in the driver's seat.
Exactly. You gain control over your hours, your location, the clients you serve, even the specific type of work you do. It's about constructing a life around your passions and values, rather than trying to squeeze your aspirations into the restrictive box of a conventional job.
Less compromise.
Much less.
Yeah.
Whether that means more time for travel, family, creative pursuits, or just the peace of mind that comes with self-determination. It truly offers a profound and tangible sense of freedom and purpose.
The core pillars unpacking the how-to.
Okay, so let's get into the how-to.
Yeah.
One of the things that makes this book so effective, I think, is that it isn't just theory. It's remarkably practical.
Definitely.
It's structured around these real-life case studies, 50 of them.
Yeah, 50.
Each chapter explores a specific theme or principle, then grounds it with actual examples of entrepreneurs who applied it.
Yeah.
And crucially, it provides concrete action steps at the end.
Very much a blueprint.
Yeah, it feels like a blueprint filled with examples of people who actually did it, which is incredibly encouraging.
That structure is absolutely pivotal to the book's effectiveness. You're spot on. It ensures the concepts aren't just abstract or academic. They are rigorously grounded in proven real-world experiences.
So you can see it works.
Exactly. It allows you, the listener or the reader, to clearly see how these principles actually manifest in a diverse array of businesses, from physical products to digital services, all sorts.
Can you give an example?
Sure. So maybe a chapter discusses identifying a customer's specific pain point. The case study right after will illustrate an entrepreneur who did exactly that and successfully monetized the solution.
Ah, okay. Theory, then practice.
Precisely. This grounding in reality makes the book compelling, credible, and genuinely actionable. It moves way beyond just inspiration into providing a genuine step-by-step instruction.
And those action steps.
Those action steps at the end of each chapter are key. They transform it from just a collection of interesting stories into a dynamic, practical guide. It actively encourages immediate application.
So you don't just read it and forget it.
Right. It prevents you falling into that common trap of passive learning, where you absorb info but never translate it into action. You finish a chapter, you get the principle, you see it exemplified, and critically, you have something concrete to do.
Builds momentum.
Totally. It accelerates the learning process and builds vital momentum, which is super crucial when you're starting with minimal resources. It's about converting knowledge into tangible, measurable progress.
Okay, first core pillar. It's all about leveraging you, right? Your passion, your skills, your creativity.
Or personal assets.
But it's not just about doing what you love, although that's part of it.
Right, there's a nuance there.
The critical distinction is finding something you love doing, something you're good at that others will actually pay for.
Yes, that's the crucial intersection.
Because so many people here follow your passion and just think, oh, pursue my hobby. This book reframes it into a viable business strategy.
Exactly. This isn't simply a feel-good mantra of follow your bliss. It's more like follow your bliss strategically.
Strategically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The integration of personal passion with demonstrable market demand is absolutely crucial.
Like the yoga teacher example you mentioned earlier.
Perfect example. They don't just love practicing yoga themselves. They have a skill and passion for teaching it. By starting online video courses, they're packaging that skill and passion in a way that provides immense value to a paying audience.
People who maybe can't get to a studio.
Exactly. Busy professionals, people in remote areas. And crucially, they do all this without needing to invest heavily in a physical studio or deal with massive overhead costs.
Aye.
This is precisely what the book calls identifying a convergence point.
Convergence point.
That powerful intersection where what you're genuinely good at and what you genuinely love doing aligns perfectly with what other people need and, importantly, are willing to pay for.
Finding that sweet spot.
When you pinpoint that sweet spot, you create inherent value. Value that doesn't require massive external capital to generate demand. The demand essentially is already there. You're just providing a unique or better solution.
So you don't have to create the market.
Generally, no. You're serving an existing one with something authentic to you that solves a real problem. This organic demand significantly minimizes the need for expensive marketing or investor-backed product development or large-scale ads. It enables a truly lean startup. The core value is intrinsically built into your unique offering, stemming directly from you.
Okay, next point. And this is where it gets really interesting, I think, and quite liberating for many. The book says you don't need that formal, extensive, traditional business plan.
Right. Throw it out the window almost.
Instead, it champions a remarkably simple one-page business plan. This sounds like an absolute game changer for aspiring entrepreneurs. It removes so much of that initial intimidation.
Oh, massively. Who hasn't spent weeks on a document that just ends up collecting dust?
Guilty.
Well, this approach profoundly streamlines that often daunting initial phase. The one-page plan just boils the entire strategy down to 3 absolutely core questions. What will be sold, who will buy it, and how will they find it? That's the core. This remarkably simple yet powerful framework significantly reduces the overhead, the initial investment of time and mental energy usually associated with complex, multi-page business planning.
Compared to the traditional plan.
Exactly. Think about a traditional business plan, dozens of pages, intricate market analyses, competitive landscapes, detailed financial projections, management bios, operational strategies.
Exhausting just thinking about it.
Right. And while it might be valuable for securing VC funding for a lean startup, it can take weeks, months to create. And honestly, much of that info will change rapidly once you actually start interacting with real customers.
True.
The one-page plan, by contrast, forces immediate clarity, razor-sharp focus, what will be sold, forces you to define your product or service precisely.
Nail down the offering.
Who will buy it? Compels you to think deeply about your target customer, their needs, their pain points.
Know your audience.
How will they find it? Prompts you to consider marketing and distribution from day one without overthinking every tiny detail. It shifts the focus from theoretical documentation and analysis paralysis to immediate practical considerations. It gets you closer to actually launching and generating revenue, not just endlessly planning for it. Actionable insights driving immediate progress, not just impressive paperwork.
Okay, another big one.
Yeah.
One of my favorite mantras from this book has to be launch before you're ready.
Yes. Love that one.
The underlying idea is that perfection often kills progress, right? It traps people in this endless cycle of refinement.
The never quite good enough syndrome.
Exactly. This principle encourages starting small, starting quickly, getting your product or service out there, and then improving and iterating as you go.
It's such a freeing concept.
Especially for those of us, myself included sometimes, who tend to get stuck trying to make everything just right before taking the leap.
And it's vital because it dramatically minimizes the need for substantial upfront investment in some perfect product that, ironically, might never even see the light of day.
Right, the risk of waiting too long.
It wholeheartedly encourages a lean, agile approach. Get a minimum viable product, an MVP, out there into the real world ASAP.
MVP, so the basic version.
Exactly. The goal isn't perfection. It's to gather real-world feedback from actual customers. This lets you learn and adapt rapidly rather than spending months or years perfecting something in isolation based purely on assumptions.
Less financial risk that way, too.
Hugely reduced financial risk compared to a grand, unproven launch. And think about the opportunity cost of waiting for perfection.
What do you mean?
While you're busy polishing every last detail, the market might shift, a competitor might launch, your own enthusiasm might fade.
Good point.
By launching quickly, even with something imperfect, you gain invaluable, unfiltered data directly from customers. This real-time feedback loop allows for rapid iteration, course correction, with minimal waste of precious resources.
Learn fast, fail cheap, almost.
Kind of, yeah. If a feature isn't working or the product isn't solving the problem, you find out quickly and cheaply, not after sinking thousands into something nobody wants. This agile approach is perfect for low-capital startups where every resource counts and adaptability is key.
Plus, it builds momentum, right?
Immense momentum and confidence. You're doing, not just planning. That sense of forward motion is incredibly motivating and helps you push through the inevitable challenges.
Okay, another powerful concept. The idea that people don't ultimately care how cheap something is. They fundamentally care about how valuable it is to them.
Yes. Value over price.
So success for a $100 startup is driven by providing genuine, undeniable value, rather than just trying to compete on price alone.
Which is often a race to the bottom anyway.
Exactly. That's a truly powerful idea, especially in today's crowded markets.
Yeah.
It means you don't have to be the lowest cost, you just have to be the best solution for someone's specific problem.
And this raises that important question. What exactly constitutes value here, especially for a lean startup?
Right. What is value?
It's about profoundly solving problems, making lives significantly easier, or demonstrably improving a situation for your target audience. People will pay for solutions to their genuine pain points or for things that significantly enhance their lives. Often, they'll pay a premium regardless of the direct cost of its creation.
Can you give an example?
Okay, hypothetical. Say you create amazing personalized digital illustrations for indie authors' book covers.
Okay.
Your cost might just be your time and software minimal, but the value to an author struggling to make their book stand out, needing a unique cover to attract readers, that value is immense.
Right. It helps them sell books.
They aren't paying for the hours you spent, they're paying for the solution to their visibility and marketing problem. They'll gladly pay a premium for that perceived value.
So the idea itself is the core asset.
Exactly. The product or service, built on a truly valuable idea, is far more important than the initial financial outlay. This makes low financial cost totally feasible if the underlying idea is strong enough and genuinely addresses a market need.
Focus on helping people.
When your primary focus is genuinely helping people, providing a unique solution, delivering an exceptional experience, the price becomes secondary to the perceived benefit. This also attracts customers who truly appreciate what you offer, fostering greater loyalty and less price sensitivity, builds more sustainable business long-term.
And finally, perhaps most critically, the book strongly advocates for doing over planning.
Action over analysis.
There's a powerful quote in there that really sticks with you. Plans are only good intentions unless they immediately degenerate into hard work.
Oof. Yeah, that hits home.
It's a direct challenge, isn't it? To anyone prone to analysis paralysis, that endless cycle of getting ready to get ready.
It is, and this action-oriented approach is absolutely fundamental for getting started with minimal resources. It shifts the emphasis entirely to implementation, execution, rather than extensive, often costly pre-launch activities that don't directly generate revenue or learning.
Build momentum through action.
Even through a series of very small iterative steps. It means way less time stuck in analysis paralysis, endlessly researching, refining, perfecting without ever launching, and far more time actually in the market, interacting with customers, learning, adapting.
And there's a psychological benefit too, right?
Oh, definitely. Constantly planning but not acting. Motivation fades, the task seems overwhelming, often leading to just giving up.
In there.
But taking even a small, concrete step, setting up a simple landing page, crafting your first product, talking to a potential customer that generates immense confidence, it provides immediate feedback, creates tangible forward motion.
Real-world learning.
This hands-on experience provides invaluable real-world data that no amount of theoretical planning can ever replicate. It empowers you to pivot and refine based on actual customer interactions and validated demand, not just assumptions. It transforms your initial plan into this dynamic, evolving blueprint shaped by market realities.
So resources go where they matter most.
Exactly. Ensuring your precious, minimal resources are always directed towards the most impactful, productive actions, making progress visible and tangible.
Real-life story is the proof in the pudding.
Okay, let's talk about the stories, because for me, this is where the book truly shines brightest.
Yeah, case studies are fantastic.
It showcases these real-life examples, 50 entrepreneurs who successfully built businesses with astonishingly low startup costs. And these aren't just, feel-good anecdotes. They feel like meticulously detailed blueprints. They show how these principles translate from theory into actual profitable ventures.
You see the transformation?
Yeah, from idea to income. It's powerful stuff.
And each story provides such rich detail. The specific startup cost, the revenue generated over time, and importantly, the crucial lessons learned along the way.
The lessons learned part is key.
It really is. That level of detail makes the book not just inspirational, but profoundly instructional. It allows you to dissect the journeys of others, understand the decisions, the challenges overcome, the actions taken that led to success, despite starting with minimal capital.
So it shows it wasn't just luck.
Exactly. It highlights these weren't overnight miracles or pure luck, but rather the consistent, deliberate result of applying the very principles we've been discussing.
Leveraging assets, rapid iteration, value focus.
All of it. These stories are a testament to disciplined execution and resourcefulness.
Let's dive into some specifics that really illustrate these points. You've got that fascinating case of the man selling mattresses online, operating directly from his garage.
Yeah, that one's great.
I mean, think about that. A product that typically requires a huge showroom, tons of inventory, a big physical footprint, runs successfully from a garage.
It completely defies conventional wisdom, doesn't it?
How does that work? How does it illustrate the principles?
Well, it's a perfect illustration of several core concepts.
Yeah.
Firstly, leveraging personal assets. His garage became a low-cost warehouse, right? Sidestepping huge commercial lease costs.
Okay, makes sense.
Secondly, rapid launch. Getting his product online quickly, probably using a simple, cheap e-commerce platform. He didn't wait to build a fancy site. He got his offerings visible.
Action over planning again.
And crucially, focusing squarely on value for the customer. Maybe better pricing due to low overhead, or just the sheer convenience of online ordering and delivery for a bulky item like a mattress.
Solving a problem in a new way.
Exactly. Solving the hassle of mattress shopping non-traditionally, efficiently. He didn't build a fancy store. He delivered value directly from a resource he already had, reduced his risk, allowed him to test the market, scale without massive upfront commitments, ingenuity over capital.
Then there's the inspiring story of the woman who became a full-time travel writer. Sounds like the dream job, right? But the immediate question is, how do you make that a viable business with low startup costs? Travel isn't cheap usually.
Well, this example beautifully highlights leveraging innate passion and existing skills. Her primary assets weren't financial.
They were.
Her ability to write engagingly, her eye for unique experiences, her own travel history. The value she provides is compelling insights, stories, practical advice for others who want to travel.
Helping them plan or get inspired.
Exactly. And digital platforms are the key enabler. A blog, strong social media, maybe a simple website. Those are the main tools needed.
Very low financial outlay compared to a traditional travel agency.
Precisely. No physical premises, staff, complex booking systems. She masterfully transformed a personal interest into a profitable venture by monetizing her expertise, her unique perspective, her authentic voice.
Selling information and perspective, not just tours.
Right. And that can be delivered and scaled digitally to a global audience for next to nothing. It shows that intellectual capital and experience can be just as, if not more valuable than financial capital.
And one more, the memorable example of the couple who started a small guidebook business and now travel the world, funding it all through their work.
Ah, yes, living the dream.
That really connects to the idea of location independence, which drives so many people. They're literally working while traveling, untethered.
And how did they do it? They identified a very specific niche, likely destinations or travel types underserved by mainstream publishers.
Found a gap in the market.
They created a highly valuable product. They're meticulously researched, creatively designed guidebooks, leveraging their writing, research, design skills. Their creativity went beyond writing. It included finding efficient ways to distribute.
Like self-publishing or digital channels.
Probably. Demonstrating how a small, focused product, precisely crafted for a specific need, can generate significant, sustainable revenue and provide a direct path to personal freedom. They likely avoided traditional publishing hurdles and costs.
So high revenue is possible even with low initial capital.
Absolutely. If the value is strong, the niche is defined, and the execution is clever and consistent. They didn't build a massive corporation. They built a focused, impactful business that serves their lives, not the other way around. And looking at the bigger picture again, these stories powerfully illustrate how all those key concepts we've dissected.
Leveraging passion, simple planning, launching quickly.
Focusing on value, prioritizing action. They're not just theories. They are actionable, proven strategies that ordinary people from diverse backgrounds with minimal resources successfully implemented.
Real proof.
Each case study is living proof that the $100 startup philosophy isn't just a catchy title, but a legitimate, replicable path. They consistently reinforce that ingenuity, perseverance, understanding customer needs, and a customer-centric mindset are far more crucial for success than the size of your bank account. It's a real testament to human resourcefulness.
Verdict and application. What this means for you.
Okay, so after dissecting these principles and hearing these, frankly, amazing stories, what are the overarching advantages, the true benefits of embracing this $100 startup philosophy? It sounds incredibly compelling, but what does it genuinely offer someone who's eager but feels limited?
Well, firstly, and maybe most immediately impactful, it's just incredibly inspiring.
Because of the stories.
Yeah, the sheer volume and authenticity of the real-world stories. When you see 50 distinct examples of everyday people achieving success with minimal starts, it changes the game. It transforms the idea from some abstract ideal into something that feels genuinely attainable for you.
Breaks down those mental barriers.
Exactly. I don't have enough money. I'm not connected enough. Those fade away. Secondly, it's exceptionally practical and genuinely beginner-friendly.
More than just concepts.
Way more. It provides clear, actionable steps and concise summaries after each chapter. That's rare and so valuable in a business book. This practicality significantly lowers the psychological barrier to entry.
Makes it less daunting.
Many aspiring entrepreneurs are paralyzed by the perceived complexity, feeling they need to understand everything before taking one step. The book's structure, with digestible chapters and immediate action points, makes it feel less like one huge, overwhelming project and more like a manageable series of achievable tasks.
Builds confidence step by step.
Precisely. It truly democratizes the process, making entrepreneurship accessible even if you don't feel you have a traditional business mind. It makes the journey feel less like a sprint and more like a navigable marathon.
And it's not limited to just one type of business, is it?
Yeah.
The book shows these principles work across the board.
That's right. Digital products, physical goods, freelancing, online income, it covers a wide range.
So it's broadly applicable.
Very much so. You could seemingly apply these foundational principles to almost anything you're passionate about and skilled at. And crucially, it consistently encourages creative thinking and ingenuity over relying on complex business jargon or sticking to rigid, traditional corporate structures.
So less focus on SWOT analyses and P&Ls.
And more focus on the fundamental question. What specific problem can I solve for someone using my existing skills and passions?
That shift in mindset is key.
It's incredibly empowering because it allows for more agile, unconventional, and often surprisingly effective approaches. Creative thinking here means looking for shortcuts, repurposing resources you already have, finding unique angles or underserved niches that bigger businesses might overlook.
Because they're too big or slow.
Often, yeah. It empowers you to build a business that truly reflects your personality, values, vision, rather than forcing you into some conventional mold. This freedom to innovate without being constrained by outdated models or the need for massive capital is a colossal advantage, especially with limited funds.
So imagination becomes the asset.
Your imagination, your resourcefulness, your understanding of human needs become your greatest assets, far outweighing the need for a big investment.
Okay, but let's be balanced. While this approach is clearly transformative for many, no single philosophy fits every one or every single type of venture, right? The sources do mention a few potential downsides or areas where it might not be the perfect fit.
You're absolutely right to bring that up. It's important. One common piece of feedback is that some stories, while inspiring, might feel a bit too lucky.
Like hard to replicate.
Yeah, or unique to that person's circumstances, which can be frustrating if you feel your situation isn't as serendipitous.
So does that invalidate the principles?
That's the critical question, isn't it? Does luck diminish the validity? Or does it maybe highlight that success often involves a mix, applying sound principles, perseverance, and being ready to seize opportunities when they pop up?
A combination.
Probably. It's also crucial to understand the book's specific niche. It's primarily about starting lean, building momentum, achieving personal freedom.
What it's not about.
It's not a detailed guide for building the next billion-dollar tech unicorn that needs massive R&D, huge VC rounds, or navigating super complex industries.
So if you want to build the next Google.
This book gives you an empowering mindset and foundational principles, but not the detailed technical blueprints or the strategy for raising millions. Its strength is guiding you to get started, find your profitable niche, create personal autonomy, not necessarily dominating a global market.
So manage expectations.
Exactly. Knowing its specific focus is key to getting the most value.
Right. But despite those nuances, the sources consistently give the $100 startup a really strong rating, like 4.5 out of 5 stars. It's a fantastic endorsement.
It really is.
And the verdict from countless readers and critics seems clear. It's consistently ranked as one of the absolute best books for beginners who want to make money online or start a small business without that crushing burden of huge investments.
It presents a truly compelling case for a different path.
A more accessible path.
Absolutely. Beyond just the mechanics, it genuinely teaches you how to fundamentally transform your existing skills and passions into a viable income stream. It offers a blueprint grounded in real examples, and it's got this powerfully motivational tone.
So if you're looking to escape the 9-to-5
or build a life on your own terms, this book is presented as an essential must-read resource. The value proposition is incredibly clear. A practical, actionable roadmap for achieving financial freedom and profound personal autonomy.
It changes how you see obstacles.
It empowers you to see opportunities where you might have only seen insurmountable obstacles before, especially financial ones. It effectively shifts the whole paradigm of what it means to be an entrepreneur, making it a path open to pretty much anyone with dedication, resourcefulness, and a willingness to just take action.
Shows you that real capital isn't always money.
Sometimes it's just your creativity and your courage to begin. Outro.
So, wrapping this up, what does this all truly mean for you after this deep dive into the $100 startup? I think the overarching message, the big takeaway, is that the barrier to entry for entrepreneurship is just far, far lower than most people have been led to believe.
Way lower.
It's less about how much capital you can access and profoundly more about strategically applying your unique, inherent combination of passion, skills, and creativity.
To identify and solve problems for others, that's the core. And the core principles we've talked about: simple planning, focused on action, the power of rapid launch and iteration, prioritizing value over cost, and most importantly, consistently taking action.
They provide a roadmap.
A clear, accessible roadmap. This philosophy powerfully encourages you to look inward first at your own existing assets, your talents, your interests, rather than constantly looking outward for funding or validation.
Look inside before looking outside.
Exactly. It's about empowering you to simply begin, even with just a tiny idea and minimal resources. It proves time and again that ingenuity and resourcefulness can, and often do, trump vast resources.
Not just building a business.
No, it's about building a business that genuinely serves your life, aligns with your values, rather than becoming just another demanding master.
So, as you go about your day today, maybe consider asking yourself this. What seemingly small passion, what overlooked skill, or what unique piece of knowledge do you possess that could, maybe with just $100, maybe even less, and a dedicated commitment to action, be transformed into something genuinely valuable for others and profoundly liberating for you?
And I maybe ask the flip side too. What traditional requirements or perceived obstacles of starting a business have you perhaps been overthinking, when maybe all you truly need, as this book so powerfully demonstrates, is simply the courage.
Yes.
The courage to begin.